Thommi, have you ever been hypnotized?
Only every time I look at Jason Momoa,
Oh my God.
Channing Tatum, Shamar Moore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's
All
what you
right.
want to know, right?
That's not the same. That's not the thing
Well,
I'm talking about.
Am I not a woman?
Oh my
Okay.
gosh.
All right. Well, let's talk about Hypnotic, the movie. Then that's what you want to talk about.
Okay.
All right.
Can't take you nowhere. All right. So it's rated R. It's 1 hour and 33 minutes long, and it's written and directed by Robert Rodriguez, and you'll recognize his name from like
Tarantino. They did a collaboration.
They did collab.
That's when I started to notice Robert Rodriguez's name popping up everywhere.
Yeah.
Good director.
I liked Spy Kids.
Mm-hmm.
That whole franchise.
That was cute.
And he's done a whole lot more than that.
Mm-hmm.
We just named a couple.
All right. So let's talk about who's in this new movie, Hypnotic. Because when I first see the previews, I thought it was kind of like living in a simulation, but that's not quite what this was about. All right. So let's talk about who's in the movie. Who's in here?
Okay, well, who's in the movie? You sound like you're spelling up right now. We have Ben Affleck as Danny Rourke. He was thinking about naming it like Mickey Rourke, I think he said in an interview, but he just went with the guy's name as Danny Rourke. Alice Braga as Diana Cruz. You remember her from I Am Legend and Predators.
And she's the one from Queen of the South, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll let you go ahead. I'm just not a huge fan of her acting style.
I like her.
Okay.
JD Pardo, he plays Nix. You'll recognize him from Mayans MC, and that they're on their like their last season. Their
The Mayans.
Season.
I tried to get into it.
I tried to get into it, but
I tried right after I got done with. I had been done with Sons of Anarchy, but when I seen the Mayans come up, I'm like, this might be kind of because I really like Sons of Anarchy.
Yeah.
And I think I might have gotten 3 episodes. I just
Me
couldn't.
too.
I really wanted to get into it though. It looks so good.
I have a friend that loves it, but I tried like 3 or 4 episodes myself, and I was like,
couldn't get it. Okay.
Yeah. Dayo Okeniyi. He's in Fresh and Terminator Genesis, and he plays River.
Oh, he was in Fresh?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Yeah,
if you see that movie on Hulu, you haven't seen Fresh, go ahead and watch it. Just tell us about it. Okay. So gross.
William Fichtner, it plays Delrain, and you'll know him from The Company You Keep. That's on ABC right now. It's a new show. It's pretty good. I like it. And Armageddon and many other things.
One of them faces you'll see.
Yep. Jackie Earle Haley plays Jackie Earle Haley plays Jeremiah, and he was in A Nightmare on Elm Street and Shutter Island, and I really remembered him from Bad News Bears.
Okay,
I'm saying my age right now.
We were just talking about Nightmare on Elm Street, how they beat that into the ground. So it would take me a while to recognize him from there. So okay.
And Jeff Fahey plays Carl, and you'll recognize him from Lost and Alita Battle Angel, which was filmed on the same set as Hypnotic, and it was done by Robert Rodriguez again.
So they did a lot of kind of green screen type of stuff with this.
Yes.
Okay, so what's going on in Hypnotic with Ben Affleck?
All right. So a detective is searching for his missing daughter and investigates a secret government program.
Now, we can't tell you, I don't want to even mention what this was about because I feel like that would be giving it away because I did not read the synopsis. You said you want to see Hypnotic, so I like sometimes to just go watch movies without reading the synopsis. I feel good about it.
Yeah.
So like I said, when I just seen a trailer, I don't pay attention to trailers very much, but I thought, okay, this is them living in a simulation because I've watched a couple movies like that lately where they're living in simulations and don't realize it and they're being controlled by all this stuff, but what I liked the most about this movie is the concept was super interesting. Mm-hmm. And I asked myself, like you mentioned being hypnotized. So no matter what happens in this world, you're going to have the good guys and the bad guys. You can create the best program, the best whatever. There's always going to be somebody that wants to come and exploit it.
Right.
In a negative manner, right? So that's what happens here. I wonder, really, let's ask ourselves, with things everybody goes through and money and recession, all that stuff, if you could hypnotize someone, do you think you might walk into a bank one day, just that one time? It's stuff like that, it goes through our head.
Let's easily just be like, hey, give me all the money from the vault.
And you would just walk out and they, it's tempting. Or you see one of those money trucks outside the bank and you thinking, do I want to risk it all? Nah, I'm scared of prison. I don't want to risk it all. But if I could just tell that driver, hey, just get out of the car and go have you a sandwich for an hour. And then when he comes back, the money's gone. Would I do it?
I wouldn't, because
just think about all the stuff that
cameras
you could accomplish.
everywhere, and I don't care what you said to them. You sold it, and you about to go. You
True.
Go to jail. True. We're not even talking about the movie. She's just talking about.
I'm just saying, if you could hypnotize somebody, would you do it? I mean, could you? You could take a good person and they get into a desperate situation. And if I think, well, if I can hypnotize somebody, get my life together, I'll be good. I'll do it just this one time. But we know it'll never be that just one time, right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of where good people can kind of start getting corrupted when it comes to money and power. This concept was very interesting because I didn't expect, I couldn't figure out I knew what was going on, but I didn't have it figured out. Like, oh, I know what did you feel any of that? Because I didn't. I was kind of like, this is interesting.
I didn't have it all figured out.
No, I didn't. And who did you go? Your movie partner or your dad?
My movie partner.
Okay, so I was going to see what your dad might have thought about it. So what did he think about it?
He thought it was good too.
It's pretty interesting.
Interesting.
Yeah. It was. I liked it. And a little girl in here. They did. Everybody actually did a good job in this movie. So, even I'm not a huge fan of Alice Braga. I mean, she did okay in here. But I like this movie. It's enjoyable. I would definitely recommend adults, of course, because as a kid, this is going to go way over the head. Yeah. As adults, I mean, this is a good thought-provoking movie.
It is.
Very thought-provoking.
You know where I went wrong, though? Okay, so I saw this movie. Then I came home and I watched J-Lo's movie, The Mother.
I like that,
and
too.
And it almost is...
Them, too?
With all the fighting and the
kids
and all that stuff. I'm like... Okay.
And it's funny because I watched The Mother too. I kind of accidentally stumbled upon it. I'm looking for stuff. And what I liked about that, because I thought maybe we should review it, but I don't know. I haven't heard a lot of buzz about it. But
it's on Netflix.
It reminded me of, she did the one movie, was it called Enough?
Yes.
Yeah. So it kind of reminded me of that, but she stepped it way up when it comes to her skills.
You're trying to act like you forgot about Enough. They show that on the TV all the time.
I don't watch TV. I stream.
That's probably what's helping her to be able to buy these millions of dollars worth of houses is Enough. Every freaking time. Like, there's like, I don't know, some time of the year where they have to play Enough back to back to back to back.
Well, you know what? There is a month, and I want to say May, Domestic Violence Awareness. So I'm wondering if they play it around then,
Probably.
If this might have, but her stakes, like this time, she was more of a, kind of like an agent that could kick some butt. So I really liked her in here. She's come a long way with her acting. I mean, I'm not a huge fan. I don't dislike her, but she's come a long way. She did pretty good in that movie. And it's funny because then there's a little girl in this one, and it's, watch that though. If it's on Netflix, is it Netflix or Hulu?
Netflix.
It's on Netflix. It's actually pretty good because as soon as I seen it, I text you. I was like, "That's pretty good."
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that movie. I had my dinner cooking and I just watched it and it was good.
Yeah.
But I like her. She's done a lot better. But her husband here, Ben Affleck, he's been acting for 100 million years and he does a good job. But this was very interesting. For me, I think I'm gonna go with a strong 3. What about you?
I'm going to go with the strong 3 as well.
Okay, yeah. And I would say watch it. This is a great date movie for adults. Like I said, definitely not for kids. They're just not going to get it.
Probably not.
I wouldn't be mad if I paid full price for it. I mean, our matinee is what, $9 now?
I'm skewing more towards matinee prices.
Matinee?
Yeah.
Yeah, if it's just the two of you, it's a fun date movie. But, it's the concept that we really enjoyed.
I feel like it was good, but not super great. So
right.
That's why I'm saying.
Kind of a new, what's the one movie where, is this Catch Me If You Can, where they hypnotize people?
No, Catch Me If You Can is Leonardo DiCaprio when he's faking out. He's
okay.
Like a pilot.
What's the one where they did all the card tricks and they kept you know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, it kind of made me think of. It starts making me think about stuff like that sometimes. And that was an interesting movie too. I forgot the name. So it wasn't Morgan Freeman was in one of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I forgot the name. But you guys know what we're talking. Yeah. Yep. That's exactly what I'm talking about. So it kind of reminded me of that. So we got some fun facts.
Our memories are.
Come on, we've seen a lot of stuff.
So Robert Rodriguez had written the initial screenplay for Hypnotic back in 2002, calling it one of his favorite stories. I just watched
20 years ago?
Yeah, I watched an interview with him and his sons, and they're like, yeah, our dad used to talk about it when we were kids, and now we got to work on it together as adults.
That's cool. Put them on, get their own payroll.
Of
That's
course.
what we talking about.
There's nepotism all up in this. Let me tell you. Look.
Tell us.
In April 2022, Rodriguez confirmed that, similar to his previous films, he and his family members collaborated on the project. His son, Rebel Rodriguez, full-time composer, Racer Max, co-writer, producer, Sid Rodriguez, special effects technician, daughter Rhiannon, storyboards, and his other son, Rocket, is also doing the editing with Rodriguez.
Daddy making their own money for them. That's right.
They have their own
That's right.
studio lot. It's
how you do
Troublemaker Studios. It's in Austin, Texas.
That is sweet.
And they have costume department, special effects, VFX department, ADR booth, room to compose music, and an on-site movie theater at that studio.
They like the Wayans.
Yeah, they
put the whole family on. Start getting it built.
Yeah, I could tell that this movie was filmed on a lot too. That it wasn't filmed in different locations.
It was so many special effects sometimes in there too.
That turns me off when I can tell they're just driving around.
That's us. That's us that notices that. The average moviegoer won't notice all this stuff that our minds automatically do this.
And it's funny because he was talking about this is a filmmaker's movie because just like you're behind the camera, we're pretending you're not there. It's that's how we filmed it. And I'm thinking, well, that was bad because I could see stuff. I'm get out of that shell. This feels kind of cheap to me. I don't know. And
we're at the point now with movies where you can make some bomb stuff when it comes to CGI and green screen and stuff. So it could be done. So I don't know if sometimes.
And he said he likes working with a lower budget, but just having a grander idea because he's you can do a lot more with more money, of course. But if you have that good story, it's going to show through. I think their art and the love of film shows through in independent films a lot. Their art is because they don't have a lot of money in the special effects, so they really pour their heart and soul into it, which is another reason why I love watching indie movies. Yeah, I mean, when I go to certain streaming sites, if they have an independent section, I'll always look. 'Cause I find some bomb gems in there, and you'll see some of the stuff when Oscar time comes out, and you're like, I never heard that movie. Well, a lot of them are independent movies. That may come in select theaters like some do sometimes, or they may go straight to a streaming service or whatever, but keep an eye on indies and support them. They put a lot of work into them. They're usually pretty good. Yeah. Yeah. The joke that the security guard tells his partner about the man betting the bartender he can pee in a glass is also featured in Robert Rodriguez's earlier film Desperado, in which it was delivered by Quentin Tarantino.
I don't want to see nobody try to pee in a glass. You should only be doing that at the doctor.
It's a joke. It's a joke.
I know. Yeah. So anyways, there is our take on the movie Hypnotic. Go ahead and see it. Like Jules is recommending Matinee. That's cool, especially if it's just two of you. That's cool. Don't forget, we are on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Cash App. If you want to make a donation, we appreciate anything. Help with our movie going, adventures. We pay for everything.
If you want to
make us rich, like $1 million deposit, that's cool too.
Sponsor us and make us rich, and you're legit. Let us know. Our email address is there.
Yes, look in there. So if you want to reach out to us and you want to sponsor us, hit us up on email. Yep. We will respond to you right away. You won't have to wait 3 or 4 days, but we do respond. And we also take requests. So if there's something you want us to see, let us know. We'll watch it. We'll shout you out on the show. Let's talk about it. We are here for you. Like and subscribe. Yes. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Cash App. Holler at us. And thank you very much for tuning in. And we will see you soon. Bye-bye.